I don't think that we should be, promising anything the way that Trump tries to promise certain, locking up his political enemies. But I do believe that our legal processes exist for a reason.
All right, Congressman, your congressional colleague, AOC, who is fighting the oligarchy while flying first class, often in premium private planes with a millionaire with 3 houses. Yes, I'm talking about Bernie Sanders. She is also considering impeachment.
I mean, we should never take impeachment off the table. We should never take where we see law breaking. We should never take accountability off the table. And I don't think that we should be, promising anything the way that Trump tries to promise certain, locking up his political enemies. But I do believe that our legal processes exist for a reason. Impeachment exists for a reason, and it should absolutely be on the table. It should be on the table for every president.
Congressman, is she the future of your party?
She's an important voice in the party. Obviously, she's a passionate progressive. She has a lot of people who believe in her, and that's the great thing about our party and about the country, is that we have a wide variety of ideologies. But she's certainly an important voice in the party.
When she's out there with Bernie fighting the oligarchy, do you find it ironic that she had no problem that actually more billionaires backed Kamala Harris than backed Donald Trump?
I think that's a fair point, David, that more billionaires did back Kamala Harris than Donald Trump. And I think it's hypocritical if we don't call out the spending on all sides. I think what we need, and I proposed, Maine actually proposed this and passed it, 70%. And it said that you can't give a super PAC more money than you can give a candidate. So if you're a billionaire, why is it that you're limited to give only $3,500 to a candidate like me, but you can go and spend millions of dollars on a super PAC? There were millions of dollars spent on Donald Trump's side. There were millions of dollars spent on Kamala Harris' side. It's all wrong. We should get the super PACs out of the business of Democratic politics, but we shouldn't be on our high horse saying somehow that Trump's side did it and our side didn't.
Right. So when Democrats talk about impeachment, and we'll get to your colleague Shri Thanadar in just a second, who's bringing articles of impeachment again, we've already done this twice and nothing came of either one of them. Do you think this helps your party ultimately? Even if, say, some of the legal stuff that you were arguing a moment ago about deportations, even if you disagree with the Trump administration on that, do you think that this ultimately helps your party? Do you think that this widens the tent that now is the Democrat Party?
No, I think we need to be focused on what is our future as a party on the economy. How are we going to help people? How are we going to bring new jobs? You know what I think is the best contrast for the Democrats? It's to say, look, Howard Lutnick and Trump, they kind of have this romanticization of William McKinley, Andrew Jackson, James Polk. And, if they were in the 19th century, maybe expansionism and high tariffs would have worked. But we live in the world of AI and technology. And what we really need to do is figure out how we're going to have technology supremacy, how we're going to have the new generation of jobs in Lorain, Ohio, and Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And Democratic Party, I call it a new economic patriotism. Here's our vision of how your families, your kids are going to have economic security and independence in the 21st century. Put our ideas out there, and then let the American people see who has better ideas. And that's I think, what the country wants, as opposed to just back and forth political theater.